Good evening, guys. My name is Jakub, and I'm iOS developer here at STRV. And yep. And today I'm gonna tell you something about project management. I would like to share with you some experiences that I have learned during my stay here. And I'm gonna tell you about 3 apps that I was working on and what I have learned. So first app is Spoon Racket. Has anyone of you heard about Spoon Racket? No? Okay, so Spoon Racket is a food delivery startup from Silicon Valley. They started in San Francisco with delivering food for just $7 per meal. And the delivery time was pretty good, like 15 minutes since order, which is very good. You know, the traffic in San Francisco is terrible. And they started cooperation with us. So we built an app for them, like iOS, Android, also front end and back end. And let's take a look sorry, I have controller. Here we have some timeline. So in 2013, they raised $13.5 million, which is not bad. Then, in same year, they started cooperation with us. After 1 year, they were able to build their own team because they had time to build a team and enough resources and money, of course. But what happened then? 2 years later, they shut down because of bankrupt. So the learning could be never stop cooperation with STRV, but that's not the case, you know, because all the section of the food delivery is very tough. It's very hard to proceed, because the food is very cheap and you cannot make much money. So that was not the problem. But anyway, we have learned something, that even if you have big amount of money, like they did, your time is still limited. You have limited time to make your product stable and to make some money on this, so it can continue, because they are not able to get more money from investors, so they bankrupt. So that's the learning. And I want to ask you, how good of a developer are you? Because it's all matter of time. And you know, there are big differences between us, between developers. Some of us are very good, some of us are just good, some of us are not that good. And if I would give you a task, to do for example, some function, somebody could do it, for example, in a week. Somebody else could do it in a couple of hours, maybe. So the difference is big. But the point is that even if you are the best developer here, and you would do it in just a couple of hours, then it's still waste of time if users don't want the function. You know, that's the point. You don't have to do something that's not necessary, that's not required by users. So that's the point of this presentation. I want to tell you to don't do things that are not necessary, and you should save your time and not waste it. So we have a term called MVP. MVP stands for Most Valuable Player in NBA. Any basketball fan here? One? Great. That's more than in Brno. But it also stands for Minimum Viable Product, which is the thing that we are looking for, that we are striving for. And that's something that's version of your app with the minimum functionalities that is able to get to the App Store and start doing something. I have one nice quote here about MVP, and that's: gathering insights from an MVP is often less expensive than using a product with more features, which increase costs and risk in the case where the product fails, for example, due to incorrect assumptions. So this is something what we are working on here at STRV. We always want to like release the app as soon as possible and make it work, and let customers or users like say what they want, how they want to use the app. And I would like to do workshop here with you. I'm gonna show you my second app that I was working on, and I would like you to help me, because I will try to describe it to you, the app, how it works, how does it look like, what functionalities are in the app, and you should guess how long it would take to develop this kind of app. I know it's like hard. It's hard even if you have full like documentation about the app to guess like how long it will take. And our clients always like wanted to hear like how long, and it's hard to say. And in this case, it will be harder for you, but let's try at least, because I want to see the difference, like different point of views from you. So I will show you the app. And what we will do is that the problem there was the app was too big, too complex, and it took us very long to release the app. So that was the problem of the app. And what we are gonna do is that we will try to reduce those functionalities as much as possible to create an MVP. And we will see, you will then re-evaluate the app again, and we will see how much time did we save. And at the end, I will tell you what to do with this time, okay? So let's do workshop. So second app is Trove. I bet you never heard about it because it's not that famous. But the idea of the app is very simple. It's like mobile eBay. If you want to sell something or if you want to buy something, you go to the app and you see everything based on your location. So you don't have to go to IKEA, to Zličín. You can just buy it from your neighborhood if you're like offering this. So that's the point of the app. And I will try to like describe it as much as possible so you get better understanding of this app, and then we will start with this workshop. So for example, here are some screenshots. So this is like what's around, like what you can buy around, some furniture with the price. There is a distance. The image quality is not good, sorry for that. But those are the things around, what's nearby. Here is the detail of every item, again, like price, details, some items. And then when you want to buy it, you just enter the price, credit card, and you buy it. So that's like basic, the main things. And here we have some payment flow. Again, like you like something, you hit buy now or make an offer, you enter the price, credit card is here. Then you have to log in when you are not yet logged in. Availabilities, you can put there like when you are available to buy this thing, or when you are able to for the buyer to come out, pick up the thing, and at the end some summary. So there's the payment flow, and just take a look at those like UI. How does it look like? It's not that complicated. But here we have like a list of what's most important. Like I have put there almost every screen because that's what takes most of the time, and some main functionalities. So let's get through it. So the app consists with a welcome screen, sign in, sign up. That's like always tutorial for new users so they can see what they can do in the app. Browse items, like what's around, item detail. Discover is like Tinder. You can swipe left if you don't like, you can swipe right if you like the item, and there is some algorithm that should like prepare items that you will like in the future. My items, what you will buy or what you are buying or selling. Favorite items, what's nearby, your profile, settings of your profile, availability. That's something like I'm available every Monday from 6 to 8, so they can come at this time to me. Conversation, messaging, notifications, that's clear. Add new item, that's like the process of adding new item when you want to sell something. So you have to put there photos, category, description of the item, price, availability, summary. And if you want to buy something, buy some item, you can enter price. Like you can do offer that is less than the full price. And payment is like entering credit card, availability again. You can choose from which availability you like of this user. And you see some summary at the end and some notes, invite friends, ratings. So those are the screens of the app and some functionalities like Facebook Connect, guest mode. So you don't have to log in at the beginning. You can just enter the app and take a look what's in there. Bidding, that's what I told you before, like you don't have to match the full price. You can bid something lower. Cash and credit card payments, for the API calls, iPad optimization, social sharing, profile statistics, and item likes. That's like on Facebook. You like some item, and again, some algorithm should like prepare better content for you. So could you please like think about it for like 2 minutes and try to estimate how long it would take you to develop this app? Like one developer, one iOS developer, backend is like usually faster, so you don't have to evaluate this. So how long it would take you to develop this kind of app? 2 minutes for you, then I will tell you how long it took me to develop it, and then we can like try to reduce it and create some MVP. So are you ready to answer it? Like how long it would take you? Could you please like raise your hand and show how many months it would take you to develop this app? 3, I see 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 3, 5, 8. No more guessing. Okay, so for me, it was 8 months to develop this app from the beginning to the App Store. So like you were guessing like mostly 3 or 4 months, and they learned us, or they teach us in school, like when you are doing some estimation, then make it double to see the real results. So we were right. So now, could you please help me to reduce those functionalities and screens, what is not necessary for MVP? So for example, I think that conversations and messaging is not necessary for MVP because they can call each other and it would be much faster. Oh, sorry. So I will make conversation and messaging red, like we can remove it from MVP. So what else you think is not necessary for MVP? Invite friends, that's not necessary because nobody is in the app, so there is no one to invite. So invite friends we can remove. What else? Welcome screen is like, well, what's nearby? That's something like discover. Those two functionalities are almost same. So because you are discovering like things that are around also, so we can remove like nearby or discover. That's almost the same. So let's remove nearby. Favorites, definitely not necessary. Yeah, but you should like see like if you are buying from somebody, if he's not, for example, dangerous or something, that he has a good rating. So I would probably keep the rating, but favorite is definitely not necessary. Yes, we can remove it and keep just sign up, but it was like the primary way how to do login from our clients. So yes, we can remove it, but our client would not like see this. Bidding, yes, definitely. hmm Also not necessary. Sorry? Yes. Item likes. Yes, we are not on Facebook. Yes, thank you, Kuba. What else? Nodes are also super not necessary. Payments? We can for example remove credit cards payments and let them like pay in cash when they meet. Good. Yes, that's the thing. We had this presentation 2 days ago in Brno, and I forgot to put this number back to 60, and then we reduced it to 30. So we will keep. Originally there was 60, so now we reduced some functionalities, and now it's gonna be 30. So yes. And I would definitely remove availability because that's super annoying. Like you have to put like when you are available, like every Monday from 6 to 8, tomorrow from 8 to 10. That's again something like they can call each other and say, hey, I'm gonna be at home in 30 minutes, so stop by. Notification. And tutorial, nobody reads that. Okay, so are we good? Is it enough for MVP? So could you like try to reevaluate and how much time did we save? Like who think we saved more than 20% of our time? Could you raise your hand? Yep, so almost everybody. Who think we saved like around 50%? Yep. Yeah, so that's the number that I was like pointing to, that we saved for 50% of our time. So in my case, it's 4 months. We saved 4 months and we are able to get to the App Store 4 months earlier. So now get back to the presentation and let's continue and see what we can do with those 4 months. One more thing, what's important, I will show it to you immediately, it's content. And why I'm telling to you is that usually people think that functions are the most important thing. Like if you have some cool features and they care about it, but that's not the truth. The truth is that most important is content. If somebody wants to buy something, he needs to see some content. He needs to see that there is something to buy or somebody will buy it from you. So please keep this in mind. And content is the most important thing, not functionalities. And now I would like to show you my third app, which is Search. Search is our gay dating app, and it's our own product. And it's like Tinder. Again, you're swiping like who you like and who you don't like. And why I'm showing it to you is that I want to show you what we can do in those 4 months with the app, because this app is already out and we can do many things. Like we can release many builds, many updates, we can try many features, and we can see what's the most important thing, we can see the feedback from our users. So let me show you a few numbers from Search. So we have Fabric. Who knows Fabric? Perfect. So here we see some numbers. I know that it's not possible much to compare like new app with app which is already in the store, but even if you are developing new app, you should be like pointing to this, like to have users as much as possible and to have the feedback from the users. So here you can see, for example, we have those numbers are only for iOS, and we have, oh fuck. We have like 2,000 and a half new users every day. And when you are developing an app and it's not released, you have 0. And you have no feedback. That's the biggest problem I had with Trove, because we were like developing this feature and this feature, and after like 1 month, the client said, you know what, let's remove this function that we made like 1 month before, so that was super waste of time. So I would like to see those numbers, that this should be your goal, to have new users, to have active users, and to have feedback. I want to show you our Slack channel, where we have feedback, like the ratings from our users, and mostly it's like 5 stars, which is like good. We are not paying for this. But sometimes we have like 1-star review. For example, this cute app, not for me, never mind. What else we have here? For example, here, like terrible app. Can I zoom in? No. So some user is complaining like, hey, this is terrible app, doesn't let you zoom in the pictures. Yeah, that's the big problem. And Martin is responding like, cool, they are complaining that they cannot zoom the picture. So that's the good opportunity to monetize it, and let's make some money on this function, So that's our goal. Like we see that users want this feature and we can make money on this. So that's the good thing. Only problem is that, unfortunately, we don't have those pictures in a high resolution, but we can still let them zoom in. So that's the feedback. That's the most valuable thing you can get in app development, to see like what they want, because most likely clients are not always right. So back to our presentation. We are almost at the end. So at the end, I would like to summarize it a little bit. What is a good software? Anyone wants to answer this question? No, I will do it. I have my favorite quote again. But I would like to say that, or what we are doing here at STRV, we want to release every app as soon as possible and get like real feedback from the users. That's the most valuable thing that I have learned. And what is a good software? Good software doesn't mean that you can't add more functions. It means that you can't remove any. That's my favorite motto. Thank you.